form, more story-based stuff, more getting a relation. I haven't run any long form successful copy and B2B campaigns in probably 15, 16 months, just because it's been so crappy in how it performs. My short form, body, what I always want to reiterate in kind of all of my messaging is I always go back to these three things. Now, you've heard me say before, like the main body of mine is like, hey, we work with, luxury skincare brands to get them, in market intent-based first party, data to loop into their ad campaigns to lower their cost per lead and acquisition to ultimately, target their real ideal customers, whatever, like something along those lines. You've heard me say that plenty of times, right, Bill? Or
Yes.
That kind of formula. But where that all derives from and what's going to change with every offer and why you're going to say it different than I did is where I always get that from. I go back to three areas when I kind of write all my copy, especially my short form emails that are meant to convert, right? Meant to get someone to raise their hand and say, yeah, I'd like to hear more. I go back to what's the number one pain in the industry? What's the number one obstacle they need to overcome to get to their ideal last one, desire or outcome? So what are they really looking for? So let's just talk about that really, really quick on a vague sense. Don't go in depth, just very, very granular. Luxury skincare, if they're to partner with you or somebody to help their business, what is their ultimate, just end of game? Again, very, 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 very general. What's the result of the outcome they're looking for, Bill?
Well, really, the pain point is the customer acquisition.
Well, let's reverse engineer that. I don't want the pain point yet. What's the result or outcome they're looking for? In a perfect world, if they work with you, what's the ideal result or outcome?
Better return on ad spend.
Perfect.
Period.
Better ROA.
Yep.
Got it. Better ROAS. Okay. So what is the biggest obstacle for them getting better ROAS? What do you hear in the industry? What do you know as an expert? What's the biggest obstacle?
Well, one of the things is the privacy changes. That's been a real issue. In particular, in beauty is kind of in a fuzzy area because it's not really health. So it isn't as impacted, but it's impacted their ability to target.
So yeah, that's what I was going to say. Even though you're saying privacy, it's not healthcare, it's not HIPAA.
No.
So it's not. I know what you're saying, but I think you finished at the right area. Targeting audiences, right? I think that's the obstacle, and that certainly ties into your solution, which is obviously great. So now bring me back to the first one. What is the number one pain point? What keeps them up at night about the ROIs? What's the big pain point